What's up, budget buddies? It's Kim. Welcome to Debt to None. Are you struggling with your debt? Are you struggling with the mindset of how to handle your money? Are you sick and tired of feeling like you just can't win? Hey, that's me. I'm feeling the same way. Okay, yeah. This is new hair. If you're new here, I'm Kim. I am an all digital budgeter and I am making my way through over $39,000 worth of debt. I am pretty aggressive when it comes to paying off my debt. I have $6,700 left on credit cards, but I'm super honest, super transparent, and we need to talk about some things that I've done recently. The month just started and it's time for me to roll out my budget. If you'd like to join me for this ride, let's get into it. Let's get this party started. What kind of party is this? We don't know. Let's talk about it. Can I just tell you guys, I want you to know I record several videos during the week. You just don't see them all because once I sit back down, look at it, I'm like, ew, what? No, that kind of stinks because I'm actually working kind of a lot behind the scenes and it's not showing. So that stinks. But let's talk about June. I already went through this in a video and I just hated it. And I decided, let me be a little bit more forthright. Let me be a little bit more transparent with what's going on. So the video that I did last week that you did not see, it was actually my June budget and it was missing a few details. I want to talk about what's going on right now with me. There's no sense in pretending to be something you're not because you're going to get caught up and that's just dumb. Just be real. I've always found that more people can relate to you when you're just honest. And even if it's something that you're not really proud of, it's better to put it out there because there's always someone else going through it. And a lot of times it's more than one person. So let's just keep it real. I am totally struggling with the whole mindset of the debt-free journey. I have not gotten to the point where I hate debt like I should be. It's not that I like it, but I'm not completely adverse to it. What are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be cutting the debt out? What's happening here, Kim? What's happening? I have an Apple Card. It's on my phone. So anywhere that accepts Apple Pay, I'm always using my Apple Card because it gives really great daily cash. And I love that. I have used it a lot recently. I actually went on a little mini shopping trip. It has been a while since I've really went shopping and the weather turned where it is warm, it's humid, it's beautiful outdoor weather, but it's warm. And when I went into my closet, I was like, "Ooh, baby." I had a bunch of wool stuff and sweaters, and that ain't gonna work. Not for summertime. Nope. Me and my friend, we went to the mall. My girl, she definitely is not a shopping enabler. And I think probably because she's not someone that is in that mindset, like, oh, I can just go and blow money. She only bought like 2 things. And here's me, loaded up the cart. I just found so many things in my size and there was so much stuff. And so boom, 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 filled up the cart. So as I'm looking and I'm talking out loud, I'm like, okay, no. And then I'd hand it to her and then she'd go and hang it up where it belongs. It was just cute. Like we were totally working as a team. But in the end, I mean, I think it was like still 6 dresses. So it wasn't like I say it was a mini shopping trip, and I can say that because old Kim that was nowhere near a debt-free journey, that was comfortable with debt. I'm not comfortable with debt. I'm uncomfortable with debt at this stage in life. But back then I was just comfortable. I was like, everybody has debt. Everybody has debt. Who cares? I'm just a normal human back in the day. that trip would have been easily $500. Well, probably not quite. I probably would have been in the fours. I spent $166. For old Kim, $166 is great. But for this Kim, $166 on clothes. Did I need all those dresses? I didn't want to keep wearing the same thing. I don't know. I don't like that. Like, oh, I just wore that last week. As I'm saying it out loud, I sound so ridiculous. I mean, maybe not to some of you who think like me. You're probably like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So did I need it? Well, I guess not. I mean, I had clothes. And it had been a while since I had done a shopping trip like that. I put it on my Apple card because I wanted the cash back. I hiked it up to over $250. I just sent $100 to it. Right now, I've got 150 sitting on it. I'm just looking at like, man, are we going to do this? No, we don't. We're not going to be carrying balances like that on these credit cards. I already have balances from the home improvement stuff. Okay, we got to get rid of that. Are we adding to it? Well, if I'm going to be completely honest, which I choose to be, we have. Yes, we have. Let me put it out there. Let me tell you something. On one of my Citibank credit cards, I have a balance. If you have been here before and you remember a little bit ago, in April, I paid off my Citibank credit cards. I paid off one of them, and then the other one, I did a balance transfer. So let's just keep that real raw. I got both cards zeroed out. Felt really accomplished with that. And that balance transfer is almost done as well. So that's good too on the other card that I sent it to. It's almost completed. This is so not great. And I just hate it. But I want to tell you these things because, first of all, I want you to know, honestly, I don't feel like I'm here to show you like, hey, look at me, look what I'm doing. You could do what I do. Not really. No, because I don't feel like I'm really in that place. Not with this. Maybe, yes, in other areas of my life, I'm very proud of the example that I set. But when it comes to this, oh, we are really still a hot mess, but we are a work in progress, and we're getting there. We're plugging it along. And so I'm more here so you don't feel alone if you feel like you're a hot mess. I feel like that's really what this channel is about at this point. There's some things that I'm learning along the way, of course, and then I'm just going to pass it on. This is what I researched. Here you go. So I'm sure you can learn from that. But also you can learn from my mistakes. So I guess if I think about it, sure, you can learn from me, because I might be like, yeah, don't do that. That does not work, you know? I feel not great about a decision that I made in April. Was it? No, it was last month. It was in May. I did one of those transactions on the Citibank again with the flex loan situation. Reason why I'm a sucker for the flex loans with Citibank, because there's like this grace period, happy spot with all credit cards. Really, there's no interest charged, right? There's no fees and there's no interest. It's just money thrown your way. And if you can maneuver it where you take the money and then right before you get your statement, you can pay it off. I have actually maneuvered it like that with these flex loans a couple of times in the past. I took the money out. I timed it just right. Like right after my statement closed, I took out a flex loan. And so that's just money sent to your checking account, your bank account. And then right before the next statement was about to close, I paid that off. I just needed this period of time where I needed money. Like, okay, I need it. You know what I do? I do the flex loans similar to like a payday loan, but not. because that's like, I mean, a payday loan. That's just, I feel like they should be illegal. Honestly, I honestly feel like that, but they're not. Wow, they're awful. But the way I work it is like that. And flex loans is like half the amount of interest that a credit card would charge you. That's like the whole appeal. Like, here, you get money directly into your account and a lower interest rate. So yeah, but I'm not interested in paying interest anyway. Well, I had done that. I did a flex loan again behind the scenes. You guys don't know about this. You've been hearing me say flex loan. I paid a flex loan. Yeah. I paid off a couple already. I did it again for my car insurance, which is so crazy. And oh gosh, you're gonna die. Because I paid my car insurance with one Citibank credit card, and then I took out the flex loan on the other Citibank credit card. And so right before that credit card where the auto insurance was sitting on was going to get charged interest, I paid it off with their own money. If I'm not a psychotic, crazy, hustling, debt using, rob Peter to pay Paul bandit, I don't even know what to call. If I'm not, I mean, I am all of those things. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this mentality that I have, it's like, oh, I can't break it. But I did that. Who does that? I did. I don't know. Why did I do that? Let me explain myself. I'm not going to pretend like this is great business. I'm not going to pretend like that. I'm just going to tell you what I did. My auto insurance has my Citibank double cash card, and that's what is used for payment. The double cash card, it's 20 something percent, 21%, I think, is the interest. So boom, the $500 hit the credit card. I was like, okay, all right. Okay. And I mean, it's like, come on, Kim, you knew this was coming, right? I made the mistake of taking the money that I had saved up to go towards auto insurance, which was $300 that I saved up. I made the mistake of taking it, lumping it in with the rest of a chunky payment that I sent over to my credit union credit card. That was not smart because I needed some of that to pay my auto insurance. So I did this move, right? Listen to this. I took a flex loan out for $750, grabbed that other Citibank credit card with these funds, paid off the 500. So that's like, oh, that's excellent. So no interest is charged on that, right? Okay. Now it's on the other Citibank credit card. And what I did was, I'm like, okay, so here's my $750. And then I sent $250 to the other credit card. So now I had this $500 balance. Then what happened was that those funds were charged interest. I was charged $1.32 or something like that. Okay, it's not terrible, right? So at this moment, I have $501.32 sitting on this other Citibank credit card. Oh, let me tell you what's happening in my brain. I might as well just be honest. I'm like sitting here like, oh my gosh, that's so much. I don't really feel like paying it. Mind you, it's my auto insurance amount, and I took out more than I actually needed. Why did I do that? I didn't want them to, why am I whispering? I didn't want them, Citibank, to be like, wait, she owes $500 on this credit card and she's asking for a $500 loan. Oh, what is she doing? Is she about to take our money to pay us back? So I took out more to try to conceal my plan. Now I just put it out there in the internet. So watch they crack down on this. Listen, some people are really broke and they need lesser interest rate if they can't pay the money. So it's not right to be charging people 21% in interest when you could just charge them 10%. I'm just kidding. Whatever. So I'm throwing that out there to let you know that I have a balance sitting on my Citibank right now because I went berserk and I am mismanaging funds. In an effort to get this paid off, I'm like doing some wonky stuff in the background. There it is, friends. There it is. Don't do what I do. I don't know. So what's the plan? Let's talk about it. Let's go into June. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to do this like a newscast. I'm going to have the graphics here and I'm going to just show you what I'm working with. So I don't like my handwriting and I don't want to subject you guys to my ugly handwriting. Okay, welcome to June's budget. As usual, I am anticipating around for my first paycheck in June to be somewhere around $1,300. This month, I actually have already received money from my husband, and that's in the amount of $675. Now, that is more than the usual amount. I believe I get about $650. There's a couple things he wanted to reimburse me for that just being nice, just helping me out, basically. And that's why it's $25 more than usual. And then my second paycheck, somewhere around $1,300 as well. Then I'm happy to say, because I did not know that I was going to have this much rolling over from May. My rollover amount was $2,137. So all of that together equals $5,412. So that's the amount of money that I'm working with for the month of June. That's not bad considering that I got a little aggressive with the debt payoff last month, just a little aggressive towards that credit union, credit card. However, some things have come up outside of my spending. There's some things that I also want to reveal to you all as soon as I finish with all these numbers. So let's move over to fixed expenses. My mortgage, as usual, $722.84. Phone bill, we're not paying that. It's not a month to month, but that goes into my sinking fund. Subscription for the month is 99 cents. iCloud storage. My internet bill is $102, and my auto and home insurance is also a sinking fund. So we're not going to add that into this budget right at this point. For transportation, I'm going to budget $40 for the month. So that brings me to $865.83. Okie dokie. We started with $5,412. We just spent $865.83. Okay. So now we are working with $4,546.17. So let's move down to variable expenses. Utilities and sewer, I try to always budget $265. My personal groceries, if you ever see groceries in my budget, it is not for the family. Things I like, and it usually revolves around my coffee because I have special taste when it comes to things. So that's my subscribe and save coming from Amazon order. I'm budgeting $47 because I'm getting a whole shipment of K-cups coming in and some other things. Household expenses, cleaning supplies, detergent, things like that. $55. I mean, obviously you guys know what household is. $55 for the month for household. Car maintenance and gas. I'm trying to budget like the gas, like just once, like here's $20 towards gas. That's what I have for the month. I still have not, I don't think I've Oh, I did get gas. I think in April. That's just how it works out. My husband drives the car way more than I do, so he's filling up. I mean, and I'm not a cash budgeter, so it's not like I'm like, here's 20 bucks, babe. Nope. But I'm budgeting it. So there you go. Personal care, I'm going to budget $30. Clothes. Wow. I'm not sure if I actually need to spend anything else. But I actually have written in my Good Notes app, my budget sheet here, $50 for clothes for the month. Let's just leave it. Okay. For beauty for the month, I'm budgeting $20. I'm not even sure what that's going to be. I have a phone call. Hey, babe, I'm right in the middle of recording. That's okay. Let me pause it. I'm back. So, okay. Oh my goodness. So for beauty, I figure $20 will be good. I may not spend anything in beauty this month. We shall see. For health and wellness, $20. I do have a dental appointment for this month, and I know I have to pay $15. So that leaves me with $5 to get pain reliever or something. I don't know. Eating out, I'm going to say $25. We're going to stick with $25. Excuse me. We're going to stick with $25 because my husband and I did treat some friends to a nice lunch, and that was well over $25. But the next category is miscellaneous and kindness. And I have here budgeted $100. So that meal is going to go under that category. So the total for variable expenses is $552. Let's subtract that from what I have left. Now I have $3,994.17. Let's move on to debt. My credit union Visa, I had initially planned to pay $1,000 towards that this month. And then that would only leave me with a $1,000 balance. That would be fabulous. My husband and we have some plumbing repairs that need to be taken care of. We are actually having issues with some of the older pipes, like clogging. You know, when they're galvanized pipes and they're so old, they're over 50 years old, they are original to the house. It'll be like all that buildup, and then they get like corroded. And it's like every couple of months we will have this issue. And so our bathroom sink, anything that goes down the drain in the bathroom sink, it comes up in the shower. That is no good. That is not going to work for us. So we definitely want to get that taken care of sooner than later. We can just take it piece by piece as far as repiping and things like that. Yeah. Maybe that would be more advantageous. Well, I was thinking, hey, let's just get everything taken care of with like basically one work order and be done with it. So it's not like the entire home needs to be repiped. Our friend came out who is a plumber. He gave us an estimate that it'll be like $2,000. That is very doable for us if we prepare for it. So I was thinking, instead of paying the $1,000 towards the Visa, the credit union Visa, maybe I'll just pay $500 this month. And then I was thinking next month, maybe even less than that, maybe just $100. Since I was already prepared to spend a total of $2,000 by July to pay it off, you know, I can take that money and get the plumbing repaired. My husband wants to pay half of it. So he wants to give me $1,000 on it, which that'll be obviously super helpful. So I'm thinking we're going to have the plumbing done next month because that gives us time to have the $1,000 on my end, my husband have the $1,000 on his end. I'm a little annoyed, but at the same time, cash flowing things that come up, this is what you do instead of turning to debt. So that is the plan. So these numbers for my debt payments, $500 to the credit union Visa, $50 to Wells Fargo, $50 to Discover, and $250 to that Citibank credit card that I talked about earlier. Then 150.17 to my Apple card. Now it's true, the Apple card, that is my credit card, my everyday credit card at this moment. We're gonna go ahead and just pay that off. That gives me a debt payment total of $1,017. What can I say? It's not terrible. I just feel like I need better control over my spending. Lately, I feel like I've been a little bit out of control. You know, I was so much more strict a couple of months ago. And I don't know if this is like a residual effect of like the no spend months and just being hyper strict. I don't know. I'm feeling a little irresponsible. I don't know. All right. So here's the summary. All the totals together, the amount of money I'm working with for the month, fixed expenses, variable expenses, debt, and what I'll have left over about. That is not a bad month. I want the debt paid off and I want to be able to cash flow these things that come up, these home repairs, because it's always the home repairs that I'm hit with. That's why we're in debt. Now, as far as the money that's sitting on that Citibank credit card right now, yeah, that's not great. Paying the $250, that's going to leave me with $250 and whatever the interest charge is. Right now it's $1 or something. If I carry over that balance until next month, so I will be charged another $4.60. It's still interest. So, yeah, well, there it is, friends. But I'm going to pay it off, but I'm showing you like, look what I'm doing. Like, look what's happening here. I'm not actually paying my auto insurance. Why did I do that? I did it. So I will clear that out in July. That other, I'll finish paying for my auto insurance premium in July. That's so weird. It's taking me 2 months to pay it off. We won't be doing this again because I will do better with as far as savings and stuff. But that is what I did. And I wanted to let you know that. Not great. But that's my month. That's my month of June. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to save that much. I did calculate that I would put a little money away in my sinking funds. So let's see, $2,994. I did say I want to save $110 towards a couple of sinking funds like the car maintenance, home repair, and YouTube. So if I just obviously go ahead and pull that out, then I'm left with $28.84. That's not bad. We'll see if towards the end of the month if I can go ahead and do like another prop cash stuffing. I will definitely keep you posted with these moves. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking. That's what this month is looking like. I feel a little uneasy, but I'm not stressed out because the funds are there. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like dealing with such a small amount of money in the end. I get nervous. But good thing is I still have the money that I have in my emergency fund. It is safe and sound, the $1,500 that I managed to save last month. I do not want to touch that for these repairs. I honestly want to just be responsible. Listen, that is my emergency fund, and it's untouchable. So I guess I'm in a good place, right? Because I'm not draining the emergency fund. I've already done it, I think, 3 times in this journey. It wasn't all for emergencies. Some of it was for debt payments, and I don't want to do that. So let's just relax. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for coming here and hanging out with me. This is what I'm doing this month. What are you doing this month? How is your budget? Is it a tight budget? I feel like mine's kind of tight. Is yours tight, or are you just floating through and chilling and having an awesome month ahead? I don't know. Let's talk about it. But all in all, I guess I'm doing pretty well. So I can't really complain. So with that, I hope that I see you next time.